Hey, everybody, welcome back to my podcast. My name is Brad. I like to help people start or scale medical practices. I own a multi-million-dollar practice. Today, let's talk about getting demand first. You have to have some degree of demand if you're going to try to grow or add on additional services. And that is arguably one of the top things that you need to be worried about as a CEO of your company is get demand sky high. Everything else, all the other problems in your business usually can solve themselves when revenue is high, when demand is high. You'll hear this all the time. Demand beats perfection every single time. Look, most people who started a company, they didn't start with a perfect business plan, a fully built out tech stack. A lot of times they didn't even start out with any funding, warehouse, logistics, no idea. But what they did have is demand. And the beautiful part of being a physician is you're almost always in demand. It is a recession resistant type of work that will just lead you to demand, usually anytime, anywhere, nationwide. I mean, look, I'll go back to Jeff Bezos. He was famously quit his job when he was like, man, the internet is up like 2,300% year over year for the past like 3 years. Dude, look at that demand. There's something there and I need to lean into it. So what do I mean by build demand? Well, I talk to a lot of you guys that focus on the next shiny thing, the shiny object syndrome. Well, maybe I should do Botox. Maybe I should do fillers. Maybe I should buy a new laser. Maybe I should pay $15,000 for this new part of my website that'll bring me X, Y, and Z. Maybe I should pay someone $2,000 a month to do SEO for your website. No, abso-freaking-lutely not. You need to be scrapping the beginning, but ask yourself, what the hell's building demand? You need to get demand for your practice. I was talking with one of y'all recently. Lovely, lovely DPC practice. And you asked my opinion, hey, Brad, what do you think about using one of the AI scribes to help with my practice? And my thing was like, well, before I answer that, where are you at in your business? Are you so full that you don't have time to document? Or is your documentation so incredibly lengthy that you just don't have the time to sit there and document it because it's insanely lengthy? Answer was no. They're doing primary care. And their notes are just regular primary care notes. Okay, cool. So not extremely lengthy notes. Then the next step beyond that is, how's demand? How many patients a day are you seeing? Okay, on average, you're seeing one patient per day. Okay, that's a starting point. Nothing wrong with starting out with one patient per day DPC. But the problem that I had was, why? Why do you want to add on another service for $100 a month? Yeah, it's going to save you a little bit of time with the documentation, but the demand is not there. The demand is the number one thing that you should be focused on. Your attention should not be on like, maybe I should bring in this AI system for my organization at this point in time. Hell no. Your focus should be on pitching more businesses, pitching more people, getting ads out there to get clients' butts in the door. And then when you're so freaking busy to where you're like, oh my God, I have so many patients in my DPC that I can't see them all in one day. I've oversubscribed myself. Cool. Hire another person. Hire someone else to be with you. That AI note taker is not going to solve your problem. Your problem is a demand problem. Every clinic starts the same way with the exception of a lot of private equity backed clinic. There's a huge private equity, extra venture capital money clinic here in town where I'm at, and they got almost $500 million in money to start up. Good for them. Man, they're all over the place. They're building their own insurance plan. They got an infusion center. They got a multi-specialty group. They're trying to be like Kaiser Jr. Good for them. I hope it succeeds. But the problem is that they bought out all the primary care docs from a competitor. Cool. They started with demand from them. However, how many new patients are coming into that practice? I don't know. I don't know the metrics of that. But they're betting big on something totally different. They're betting big on spending other people's money to build all these things, hoping that demand comes in. That's cool when it's someone else's money, but you know what? When it's my money and I'm starting up, I almost want a guaranteed return on my investment because my money is so precious that I don't have the business capability when I was starting out to be like, you know what? Let me do a $100,000 trial here to see if it works out. If that $100,000 trial is 1% of your gross revenue, cool, run with it. The demand is there to where you've got the income coming in. But if that $100,000 is half your yearly income whenever you're first starting out, horrible idea. I have often found that demand is discovered and it's not designed. And what I mean by that is that I just created a practice that had Amazing primary care. I was available and I treated people like I'd want to be treated. And I always tried to walk through the patient experience. What could I make the patient experience better? But think about it, demand is discovered. I mean, at a certain point when I was seeing like 100 patients a week, yes, everyone was like, oh my God, Brad, I want to get in to see you. Okay, cool. I'll up it to 120 patients a week. And at a certain point, I can only see so many freaking people in a week without just like going nuts. And then discovered the demand. Why don't I hire a PA to help me out? The demand is there. Let me just freaking bring someone on in. Maybe I need a different EMR so I can document faster. The demand was there from a CEO standpoint for me to scale the hell out of it. The same thing when it comes to our after hour care. The demand was there to the point where like patients were like, dude, I've been going to urgent care clinics on the freaking weekend and after hours because y'all aren't open. Listen to your customers. They will usually tell you what they want. Always run it through a filter of, is this good feedback for the way that I want my business to go forward? For example, I've received so many other feedbacks about why don't we do X, Y, and Z? Why don't we give out ivermectin to everyone who wants ivermectin? I don't want to get into is ivermectin good or bad? I don't even want to touch that. However, it's not the business decision. I don't want to be an ivermectin clinic during COVID-19. In the very beginning, you're going to have to do the things that are not scalable. You're going to have to meet with people one-on-one. You're going to have to give them a lot more than they would have anticipated. I mean, so much about perceived value is what did they expect when they walked through the door? And the sad part is that the American healthcare industry sucks so bad that the bar is set insanely low. I mean, hell, I just went to an ENT and oh my God, I had to fill out the check-in paperwork 3 different freaking times. They called me back late. They lost my insurance card. I mean, the whole system is set the bar so freaking low that actually gives me the advantage. You know, again, back to Jeff Bezos, he used to always say like their margin is my opportunity for all his competitors because he knew he just wanted to get the biggest market share possible. And if he could just undercut them on margin, he could get them on volume. And unfortunately, the healthcare system is so broken that the broken system is your opportunity to say like, you know, you don't need marble floors. They just need someone to pick up the damn phone. They just need someone to listen to them and care for them like you would want your own family to be cared for. That's where the bar is at. And that's just awful. The American healthcare system's so damn broken. But you know what? I'm only a small piece of the pie. I don't have enough money to change that. I just tell my patients the same thing I'll tell you guys. Make sure you vote. And what are you doing to change the future? I'm starting my own practice. I started my own practice and growing it to try to change medicine to be what I want it to be. Until you build that demand, you got to get the momentum loop up. Patients are going to tell their friends, but no one's walking around being like, hey, I just saw the best cardiologist in the world while you're looking for like the best peanut butter at your local grocery store. Nobody's asking that question. No one is going down that until like someone says, you know, my cardiologist sucks. Or, oh my God, I just went to the ER. I had some chest pain. They told me I'm not dying, but I need a cardiologist. Then people are going to say, hey, I love mine. Go there. But patients are going to tell their friends. Reviews will stack up. The referral sources will start calling. Employers are even going to reach out. Specialists are going to send you patients. Hell, in primary care, I thought I would send all of my referrals to them. But oh my God, the number of referrals we get from specialists that are like, please, Brad needs to treat you. I can treat your high cholesterol, but for the love of God, go over there and talk about your mammogram, colonoscopy, flu shots, and everything else. Demand fuels more demand. And I've noticed that it's exponential. You have to hit a certain threshold before you're just like, holy crap, I need help. And maybe I'm the worst at this. My wife, a marriage and family therapist, my wife sometimes gives me a hard time that I have absolute horrible insight into how am I feeling at any point in time. Am I feeling overwhelmed? Am I feeling like maybe the demand has gotten out of control to the point where like everyone's asking for after hours? Why am I not doing after hours yet? Demand is the most powerful motivator that you'll ever experience. Nothing builds confidence like demand. I just found out 7 years in a row, best primary care physician. I was voted by my peers in my area. It's not one of those BS ones that you can just like pay for. That's amazing. I'm booked out months in the future. I just got a patient that brought me another concierge physician's paperwork and was like, hey, I love you so much. Please, can we sign a contract like this? And I'll pay whatever the hell you want to pay. I want a higher level of care from you. For me, demand turned fear into purpose. In the very beginning, I was scared every single night. Is anyone going to show up? Is that other doctor who told me with the big regional clinic that once my practice fails, I'd be a failure to the community? The fear turned into purpose of delivering amazing primary care for me. It turned my hesitation into action. Whoa, we're onto something here. Why don't we do weight loss program? Why don't we do after hours care? Why don't I hire a PA to do these same day visits? Sure, everyone's going to complain they want to see me, but there's only one of me. But I can train someone to treat people like I'd want to be treated. To me, demand is a spark that changes absolutely everything. Bezos followed it, Zuckerberg followed it, Uber followed it, OpenAI's following it. Small practices need to own it as well. So if you're in the scenario where you're wondering, should I add on all these services? Take a step back and say, is the demand there? Or is the demand on its way of being there? Do you know how to turn the faucet on to build it? And if it's not, if you're seeing 2 people a day with your clinic, maybe the demand's not there right now to bring on an AI scribe. Maybe you should be focusing on marketing. Maybe there are other important things that you should be looking at because demand solves most problems. Demand and revenue solves pretty much all your problems. All right, you guys, thank you so much for following along. I'll see you guys on the next one. If you want to reach out to me, all my links down below.